At approximately 11:45 on May 17th, 2020, shortly after takeoff from Kamloops Airport, Snowbird 11, a Canadian Forces Snowbirds CT-114 Tudor, crashed into a nearby neighborhood. Prior to the crash, the two-person crew of the aircraft ejected. Tragically, Captain Jen Casey, the team's public affairs officer, did not survive. The aircraft's pilot, Captain Rich McDougall, survived with non-life-threatening injuries. The team is devastated by the loss of Jen. She was the quintessential public affairs officer, a tireless and energetic officer with a social media network of contacts from her previous media career as a broadcaster. And she had a savvy with social media which endeared her to the public. She absolutely loved this job, and it was one of the main reasons why the Snowbirds' Operation Inspiration had been so well received by the public. She had just received one Canadian Air Division Commander's coin in recognition of her stellar efforts, and a nomination was being drafted for a Chief of the Defence Staff commendation. Her loss is a serious blow not only to our team, but to the Royal Canadian Air Force and the Canadian Armed Forces as a whole. At this time, the precise circumstances leading up to the crash are not known. The crash site has been secured by local law enforcement, and the immediate flight safety response is being coordinated on the ground by the team's flight safety officers as we speak. An investigation team from the Director of Flight Safety in Ottawa will arrive in Kamloops and conduct a flight safety investigation to determine the cause of the accident. As of now, Operation Inspiration is postponed until further notice, and the entire Snowbirds fleet is on an operational pause. Over the coming days, the team will regroup and come together as we mourn the loss of our colleague. When it is appropriate to do so, we will return to 15 Wing to plan our next steps. We measure our risks and we mitigate our risks on the Snowbirds. It's absolutely our first priority as pilots in these airplanes to consider the safety of the public, the safety of our personnel, and the safety of or the protection of equipment and the preservation of property in that order. And as I said before, yesterday's circumstances led to the confluence of all those worst-case scenarios, and it became our absolute worst nightmare.